Your comment in this game is, I don't understand how to play offline Dark Seer. I always fail, and I feel like I'm super squishy. I would love to learn my mistakes and be better Dark Seer offlaner. In the first half, I'm actually thinking that, or I'm about to say, maybe you should not play Dark Seer after all, since you don't understand how the hero works. But then in the other half, like you said, you want to be a better Dark Seer offlaner. So all right, let's watch your game, and then I'll point out every mistakes that you that I will find in your game, and let's move from there. So, what's your support in here? Enigma. And then look at your itemization in here, Michael. What's the hero that you're going to play against with? Possibly it's Wraith King, Undying, or Wraith King, Rimstroke. There's no way that it's going to be Necrophos or Shadow Fiend in here. It's going to be Wraith King in this lane. So, since Wraith King is mainly physical damage dealer, maybe you go for something like Ring of Protection. I don't actually. I will not recommend you go for these items right now. At this point, because you have a courier. If you have a courier, you can just deliver those items later, right? So you can go for Ring of Protection, and then you can actually change it later or upgrade it into Soul Ring for mana issues. Or you can go for Buckler and then go for Greaves or Vlad's or AC, whatever you want. But Ring of Protection is really nice on Dark Seer, especially against physical damage dealer like the Wraith King. And then another thing that I'm thinking is possibly, since you're going to play against Undying, go for Magic Stick. Since it's going to spam spells, Magic Stick will be able to help you sustain yourself, and also you will get what? You will get like mana from those spells. And what was that, Michael? You can actually take the bounty in here. I don't know why you didn't take it. You prioritize your Iron Shell over. Look at here, look at here. You can actually take it. Take it. Ta-da! You went for Iron Shell first. That's 40 gold right there. Wasted. That's actually a free 40 gold. Wait, they took everything? Ah, GG. For bounty. And then you get pressured. And then you actually wasted mana in there as well, because you didn't chase the Wraith King, since you cannot really chase the Wraith King. After the stun, he will have the slow. So it's really a waste of your mana in there and the duration. So here, last hitting. Good thing you're not trying to use the Iron Shell on yourself and then push the creep wave, because naturally it will be pushed into you like this. And then the Undying is kind of busy on the Enigma instead of you, the offlaner. Now you can go for Iron Shell, and then you can attack him, since he is aggroing the creeps as well. The aggro or deny. Alright, last hit. But you're running low on the Tango. Ah, they got busy on the Enigma. That space right there. That's it. Deny. Get back. Do you really need to have like level 2 Surge in your Dark Seer? Because there are times that I'm going to hold my point, my skill point, at level 2, because there's a potential of vacuum play or turnaround, since they're both melee and then they're not actually good against magic damage. Maybe hold it for now. Hold the skill points. Or maybe stats if you want. But yeah, just hold the Iron Shell for now. Or skill point, level 2. Last hit. Maybe aggro. Creep aggro, so it will be a lot easier for you to last it. Look at this Wraith King as well. He's really bad, and then he even stunned the creep. Tango, he went for boots. Okay, but you need sustain for your HP. Sustain for your HP. You're running low, and then you're tanking the creeps as well. Maybe the aggro. Look at it, Michael. right? Ah. At this point, since you're tanking the range creeps in here, you can actually de-aggro those 2 creeps in here, and then possibly you will survive in there. And then, since you if you didn't take those right clicks from those range creeps earlier, possibly you're going to survive, and then you can use your salve in there. He's even saying good game. He's taunting you. Like, how can you die in front of your tower? Right? Aggro, creep aggro. This is really important. You can use it not just in Crusader. No, who archers are offering 1-by-1? One-on-one coaching sessions? Yes, private coaching sessions. It's $20 per coaching session, and it's gonna be different though. Instead of me talking alone, we will have a discussion. Like, I will be asking you why you do this, why you do that, instead of just telling you what needs to be done or what needs to do. But yeah, that's only exclusive to what? To paid coaching. Lancet, Iron Shell. There's so many bad things happening here. Prioritize range, nice, but still not enough. Lancet, at least you tried. You're now level 3. You can actually go for Iron Shell on yourself and then trade right click with this guy. Mango. What else? Yeah, you really need magic stick in here. And see it right here, Michael. If you save your skill point in here and then you went for vacuum, if you just save your skill point, I think this guy is dead because he will not be able to escape from you in here. Now you have to use your surge and then what? Like this. You're spending so much time. Nice level 4 clutch. Pug jump. No, it will be cancelled by skeletons. Oh shit. It's a player-based damage, the skeletons, so now you have to go back home. I think you missed that info. Imagine if you have earlier vacuum. That shit will not happen. You are not going to overchase him and then use the clarities salves earlier. I think you should not go back in lane right now because you're very low, and then the Wraith King is full HP and dying. Yeah, skeletons or any summoned units by players or heroes is considered as player-based damage. So they will cancel those clarities, salves, even Aegis regeneration or regen rune. They will cancel it since it's player-based damage. And you're very low. You're playing with fire, and you're dead. You're dead. Don't struggle. Make it easier for them to kill you. Yep. Because the moment that you kill the Wraith King, you can just keep on walking in there, going back home. But you didn't. So now you died, and then they managed to get ahead again. Right? I mean, sure, you got those creeps in there and experience, but you died in the process. How can you be annoying if the enemy is feeding or is killing you? When you TP'd like that, or before you even TP, you can use your Iron Shell on yourself, so it will be on cooldown, and then it will regen your mana since you still have the fountain regen in there. Use it early before TPing, or after TPing, because you still have the buff lingering for 3 seconds. Maybe next time, instead of going for the first rape, going in or walking, put it on the second or third. Here, look at here. Instead of casting the Iron Shell in this guy, put it into the second or to the third one, because since he is in the front, he is getting harassed by those guys, and then it's much easier for him to kill the range crit or the melee crit. It's getting low. Good thing he didn't kill it beforehand. And then you're trying to play alone now. You can actually go for another... Wait, what happened in here? Let's see it one more time. So Iron Shell, still on the creep. You can add another Iron Shell to your creep in here. Add another one, so there will be 3 Iron Shells. 3 iron shells? No? Aw. You just went for vacuum and then still 2 iron shells. Imagine if you have 3 iron shells right there. Do you think this Race King will survive? 2 creeps with the iron shell? I don't think this Race King will survive in there.
Double kill.
Those small details or split-second decisions will actually help you win games. Finally, you're using it to the second one instead of the first one on the creep wave. Yep. The Race King cannot lane in here anymore. Like, he's really... Wait, you can actually go for the wall of replica right here. Michael. There's so many kill potential in here that you're missing, even if you're playing alone. Level 5 on Darkseer or even level 3, this guy is so strong. So here, at this point, when you get level 6, you can just use your wall of replica right here. Replica right here, and then it will be slowed down. This guy will be slowed down as long as he's touching the wall. And then you will have the illusion of the Race King. This guy is dead, if you just realize it. You still have the mana for it, and then you have the cast range in it. Now, you committed on here, you're going to tank the creep wave, and then undying, and then you're dead. Right? If you just kill the Wraith King earlier, you don't have to commit like this. Now you're forced to die. Or even, yeah, you're dead. Thanks for the follow, Krabby TV. You're not actually squishy, Michael, as Darkseer. It's just you're playing 2-1. The Wraith King is actually much squishier or much easier to kill at this point of the game than you. You just need to find those opportunities. Now this guy's level 6 and then he's playing like this. He got reincarnation after all. Vacuum maybe? No. Deny. Arcane. He's actually aggroing. Maybe vacuum him to kill him. Kill him? Yep. Look at the power of 3 Iron Shell. He's actually strong. So you're just going to keep on farming in here. How it's going? It's going good so far. You're level 7. Wraith King is level 7. Milo, don't jump. And no reincarnation. I wonder why you're still reserving this. You have to use it. Use it. Because once you use it, or once you zone out this guy, you can easily cut wave in here. Thanks for the follow, Farcast. I really think that you're playing so passive in here. Even though you're playing on a 1 versus 1 scenario and then they're busy in the bottom and then mid, you should make them busy as well in here. Like, you should make this Wraith King cry. And then instead of the better items that you can go, you went for the stuff with wizardry. Just save 200 or get 200. You can get point booster, mana, and then health. This one is only for intelligence, which is only mana. 130, if I'm not mistaken. 10 intelligence. 130 and then 175. 45. 45? Yeah, 45. And then you don't have any other items going on, like Tango or even Clarity. You're running low on mana. You cannot rely on Arcane and then you keep doing this. You even Iron Shield your creep even though you're pushing the lane. Maybe you can go deeper in here because 4 heroes showing on the map. 3 in mid, 1 in bottom. You can actually do this, Michael. Do this. What, like this, like this. Wait. You go in here. Aw, Milo, why are you jumping? You go in here. Drag the wave, go Iron Shell yourself, and then you can even try to contest in here or drag it in here. And then in that way, you are going to farm the lane creeps and then your jungle creeps in here. And if the Wraith King will try to contest in there, it's gonna be difficult for him because you're going to damage him. Right? And he doesn't have reincarnation, so he cannot play careless in his lane. So, yep. You need to be more creative about your farming. Or about the creep waves. Network twice. Of course, you're gonna lose in here because you died 3 times. and then you didn't kill this guy.
Radiant
Milo,
structures are
you
fortified.
hungry? So what's your item in here? Undying is farming the ancient staff.
Radiant's bottom tower is
Surge.
under attack.
What else? Wait, why you even go in here in the first place? Instead of going to the top lane with catapult. Just give it to the Undying and then just kill the Wraith. He even use the Black Hole to this Undying. That's space right there. But since you got busy in there, Wraith King destroyed the catapult wave, and then he's the one pressuring your lane. Ah, your replica is more on defensive. You have to fix that. They know that you don't have any black hole and vacuum, so you actually go in here and look. This is actually space for the enemy team, especially on the SF. Like 5 heroes on top. That's nice for Dire. Imagine, Michael, if you played more aggressive earlier. You are the one that will make them TP to top. Instead of you are making your team TP to top. Right? If you are pressuring the Wraith King, his team is gonna help him. So yeah, passive approach. If wait. Yeah. The enemy is actually playing in your vision for sure, but it's only tiny and then you. No black hole, and then you're almost done with your Aghanim's. Maybe focus on pushing the lane instead. Like farming your Aghanim's. It's almost it's 40 minutes now and then you still don't have your Aghanim's. Even if you have your Aghanim's, you're still possibly going to farm again.
Dire's top tower. Are you going to do something about that?
You're low again. Talent. You're going for talent? Not yet. Reincarnate? Nah, no reincarnation is dead. They're actually busy in mid. I think you're yeah.
As Radiant's middle tower falls.
Let's go back in here in time. So before you even go to the top lane, Michael. Before you even go to the top lane in here, like you're trying to farm this, look at the map positioning of the heroes. Trent is in here, Tiny is in here, Undying is in mid. Look at here. And then you're actually kind of low on the health because of that. I mean, it's fine if you manage to kill the ancient camp in here, but you actually failed. At this point, Michael, since you're an offlaner, and then if you play in the top lane, like killing one hero in here, let's say Wraith King, it will not transition to the objective in here, like the tower. But here, if you manage to win this fight in here, let's say you keep playing in the mid lane and then pressuring the tower in here, possibly you can get this if no one will defend, or possibly you are going to force the enemy to defend the mid lane, right? Because with Iron Shell, you can naturally push out the lane. If you just put an Angel in here, it will naturally push it, right? And if it's always push in here, someone has to defend. And therefore, if you manage to force reaction, people are going to defend in here, and that's actually space for your team. Instead of like this, playing with Slark. But still good though. But the problem is that there's no objective that will be taken after this. And meanwhile, the enemy is going to take this mid, which is going to be important. If you lose this mid, the enemy can easily invade here and here, and possibly Roshan. If you, yeah, I think they will take it. You're not in a position to defend it. You're very low. You're close with the Aghanims. This guy is close with the Diffusal as well. Are you gonna review more replays? Yes, I can review more replays for like 2 hours or 3 hours. Not sure. So you're pinging your Aghanims in here, contesting with Slark, maybe hoping that he will give you some farm. So for the past 16 minutes here, Michael, you're the offlaner, and then you're not creating space for your team. You're just a liability for your team. They are the one that is reacting to you or helping you out. Yeah, you're actually next in line. We'll beat. I don't know if I pronounce your name properly, because you didn't even confirm or anything. So you have your Aghanims in here. And again, even if you manage to win this fight in here, you're not going to get any objectives. Surely you killed, I mean, you did nothing in here. Slark killed the SF and then you just fed the enemy in here. So again, you just finish your Aghanims, right? You have to know where to farm or where to play. You're actually around mid. You're actually around mid, and then you can see him going to the bottom, right? You can see their icons in the minimap. So you don't actually need to help this Lark right now, and instead go for the mid lane. Go for the mid lane, push this, and then again, the concept of the map control is that once you take this mid lane, it's gonna be much easier for you to invade here and even here, and then connect in here in bottom. But here, if you fight in here, let's say you win, you can only take the bottom tier 1, and you still cannot. You can try to invade in here, but it's gonna be difficult though, since you guys are still playing from behind. So you have to take it slow. Last time I submitted, I have a rampage, so this time it's a really shit game. It is really shit, Michael, if you ask me. Like, you are not really taking advantage of your hero. Not a single time. You're just always reacting to the enemy and then to your teammates' calls. You don't know where to play, and as a result, your team is losing the ground, the space or the map control. So here you have Aghanims, but you're going to build Blink Dagger, but I think you're still gonna farm, right? You're not creating any space at all. Yep. Push it in here. Push the lane. Yeah. Natural. It will push the lane easily. Low commitment, you know. But Undying actually trying to go in there. There's actually Radiance on the Necrophos. I wonder if the Wraith King will go Radiance as well. Good thing he didn't. This guy suffered a lot with your shenanigans in the top lane. Wait. What happened? Let's go back in time. So no one is defending mid. They're here. You can actually go for Iron Shield yourself. You're messing up with the vacuum. You need to consider your vacuum as your another ultimate spell, because this vacuum spell has a very high cooldown and is a really great positioning spell that can really turn a team fight. If you ever watch a tournament and then there's a Darkseer, the enemy will always prioritize Darkseer, because if not, he can always do a lot of chaos in the team fight. He can search the enemy. He can search his allies to get in and out of the fight, and then Iron Shell with the bonus health and then duration, and then also the damage in there, and also this one positioning. There's a lot of things that you can work with this vacuum. And yeah, here in the top lane, at least you're creating space in here, like forcing them to go. But it's actually understandable because they killed this Lark, and then you don't have vacuum in there, so you cannot kill this SF, and then you've been missing your wall for quite some time now. There's no good wall, and then there's no good wall and then vacuum in this game. Nothing. And then you just fed in here, died. Good thing they cannot push out the lane because they don't have SF. Or Wraith King can push. It's only Necrophos. Going for Blink. Maybe you can sell your Killing Blade now. Vacuum again. It's really rush. You can actually vacuum him to the Nature's Grasp in there. just so it will deal more damage over time and even slow. And Slark died. She can actually go for strength treads in there. Maybe he can survive, but who knows. So you have your blink. Even though you've been missing your wall and then vacuum, you still decides to go for blink dagger. If it's me, I'll just go for aura items instead, like pipe, which is really good against this lineup. Like they have Radiance and Necrophos and then SF Magical. Going for pipe is really good for your team. Aside from the pipe, you can go for Lotus Orb as well, so you can reflect their spells. Something like Soul Rip, Wraith Fire Blast on the Wraith King, Reaper's Scythe on the Necrophos, Soulbind, Phantom's Embrace on the Grimstroke. You know, those spells you can reflect them, and also you will have armor, and then mana regen and health regen, and also additional mana pool because of the components that you will have to buy in there. Just complete it. Even if you have the blink in there, you still mess up. I mean, you still lose this engagement. But look at here, look at here. Look at here. The zombie scouted the tiny, and then he's going in there. It's morning, by the way. And then he jumped in while you're still not ready. You should go for Surge right now on yourself. Surge right now. No, you're just still walking. So enemy know that you are here, right? Enemy know that you're here, because you're just walking in broad daylight. SF managed to use the Requiem. You're not able to use the Vacuum first. You can actually go for Vacuum and then go for Wall right after. Instead of going for Wall and then Vacuum, you can try the other way around. I mean, nice. It's a really nice Vacuum, but it's really late. Don't you think? It's a really late one. Look at here one more time. So, the moment that you go here, you're being seen by the enemy. Creeps has vision. Heroes has vision. They can see you. They get prepared. And manage to counter. Good game indeed. Predicted. This is in the bag. The predict in there in the Dota Plus thing. Yeah, but because you're giving too much info, so it's not hard for them to counter you. And I think the game is gonna be the same, Michael. Let me take a look in here in the graphs at least. So yeah, there's no fight at all that you guys tried to make a comeback in here. That's a really good one. But this one, look at here. This is a really good black hole right here. But again, you are relying on your teammate again to do the play. You're just reacting to everyone's activity, and then you're still failing to win a team fight. So I think in this game, Michael, we have nothing else to learn. The enemy is ahead at this point, and upon looking in the graphs, there's no fight or whatsoever aside from this one, and that's it. Maybe the enemy committed so hard, and then you guys just punish them, but that's it. I have nothing else that I can talk about in here. One thing that I could suggest in here is that you play the aura like pipe, and then it will make you tanky in this game at least. And if you're kind of tanky, you can make your teammates tanky as well with the pipe, with the aura, with the magic damage block in there. And since they are going to survive longer, possibly they will be able to use their spells like the black hole thing. They don't need the blink dagger and everything. So also the Slark will survive more than he used to. Pipe, Lotus, it will really help your team to survive the fight or the initial team fight, and then turn around with your big spells like your Dark Seer, your Enigma, your Trend Protector. But this Slark and then Tiny needs to survive first. So you're just going to farm in here. You should put an Iron Shell into the mid lane so it will push out. You don't need to do this. The concept of pushing lane is still gonna be the same. If you push the lane, someone has to react on it. And if someone reacted on it, you have more time, you have more info, you have more time to do some plays with that info in the head. So you push the top, the mid lane is still the same, right? Even though you have 2 charges of Iron Shield earlier, before you even go in there, in the top, you can put 1 in there. So, question, Michael. I want to know if you have any questions for me. You're basically going to be trapped in here. And yeah. You can actually just disassemble this Arcane Boots by the Vitality Booster. Disassemble this, and then buy the recipe, and then it's gonna be completed. You don't need to buy another energy booster. Is my items good? No, it's not good. Look at you, you're always late. The only good item that you have in here is only Aghanims and then Blink. But when it comes to the usage, it's bad. Even if you have the greatest item choices on your hero, if you don't know how to play it, it still doesn't matter. Any follow-up questions though? Michael. You can really disassemble this. You can save a lot of golds with this. 800. Backdoor protection. Blast rig. You even took the tome, yeah? Or you want level 18? Yes, no? Alright then. I'm going to end the session in here. And I'm just going to summarize your game. How is Medusa right now? Medusa is still the same. No buff, no nerf. It still depends on the team gameplay. But the problem with Medusa is really slow pace hero. Like you cannot really play aggressive. You can say that it's the same thing for anti-mage, those kind of heroes. So be careful when playing Medusa. The Zoo meta is hot right now. Maybe if they go on the high ground, you're still finishing your items. So be careful. So yeah, to summarize your game, Michael, this is also for all of the players out there. Your starting item should be depending on your lane. Like here again, your lane against Wraith King and then Undying. So I suggest you should go for this item, like Ring of Protection, since physical damage on the Wraith King. Also with the Undying physical, with the right clicks, of course, because he's tanky. And also Magic Stick against the Undying, because you could have like bonus or free HP and mana from this Magic Stick alone. So aside from that, skill build, like what I've mentioned, this is only specific to Darkseer. Level 2, try to hold your skill point until it's needed, because at level 3 you're going to surely go for Iron Show, and then if you still have 1 skill point, you can go for Vacuum level 3, and you can actually turn around by that. So you don't always have to go for second, third build, because you can even kill someone at level 2 with just holding your skill point and then use it situationally. For the longest time, when you got your Surge, you're not even using it. So be careful with those things. Try to ask yourself, do I really need Surge right now? Or should I hold it? Do I need Vacuum for potential turnaround? You know, those kind of things. And play aggressive with your laning. And also, if you're out of resources like mana and then HP, it's actually you have many choices. Like you can suicide to the neutral or to the tower to go back in the base and then go back or respawn, or you can just walk back to the fountain, which is actually much easier because you're Darkseer, you have the Surge. Or the third option, which is I don't really like what happened in there. You stayed in the lane with no HP and mana, and then you just died in there. So all of your advantages being lost when you just fed the enemy. So try to be careful about it. And then to the mid game though, or early to mid game, your team or you is playing way too safely to the point that the enemy that is not supposed to harass you or what you call this, threaten you, is actually trying to kill you because you're so passive, and that made your team react on you because they're diving, and therefore, since you're an offlane, your job is to create space for the team. You failed at it because the team is the one securing you, securing your lane, because they're the one reacting to you. But if you play aggressively in that lane and then kill the Wraith King multiple times, let's say with those opportunities that I've mentioned earlier, possibly 5 heroes will help the Wraith King, or Wraith King will abandon the lane and then you will push out the lane on the top. And with that, you can force rotations. You will be able to have a really good start, and then you are going to do your job. Like, you will release all of the pressure from the mid lane to the top, to the from the mid lane and bottom lane, because those heroes in the mid and then the bottom, they are reacting to you at top lane. So that's one of the good things about being the off lane. It's really not boring. It's only boring if you're playing from behind. Even if you're playing from behind, you have to be creative about what are the things that you can do just to create chaos in the game. So yeah. Aside from that, itemization, we talk about it. Agonyms, nice. Blink, nice. But the usage, not good. You're always late, and then you're not using it to the creep to push out the lane. You only use it to the to yourself for the most part. So be careful on that thing as well, because it's kind of griefing as well. Like, and then the third item, Shard. I don't think Shard is good in that game as well. You're not even hitting someone. You're actually squishy. So the moment that you go in, you're possibly dead. So Pipe, really good. Especially the enemy relies so much on the magical damage. The physical damage is only from the Wraith King, but the Wraith King is not having a good time, so it's only SF and the Necrophos, and then the Grimstroke doing the damage, and it's mostly magical. It will be solved by Pipe for your team. Look at the damage in here. Physical. But yeah. Young Cosmos 6K, thanks for the follow, man. And yeah, I think that's all that I can talk about your game to summarize it. And what is it? I think the main problem with his Darkseer was he couldn't control his zero properly, zero micro at all, zero vacuum all combos properly. Yep. That's another thing, which is actually obvious, and I actually don't want to say it again, that all of your vacuums, all of your walls are bad. It feels like it's your first time using your Darkseer, like practicing it maybe. Before you even go for a hero that you wanted to play in rank, try to play it in the demo or lobby. Just try to be familiar with the hotkey, with the animation, with the casting, everything. At least be familiar. So yeah. Do you have any questions for me, Michael? You think Faceless Void is good right now? I think Faceless Void is good right now. But for the most part, I'm seeing him as hard support. At least in my games. They will first pick the Faceless Void, and then the enemy will be baited to pick counters on the Void, like save, Venomancer, and then all of a sudden he's playing as a plus 5. That actually ruined the enemy's game. I think that's more of the time dilation thing, the talent. And then the cooldown reduction. The utility Void is more needed than ever. Time dilation, damage per second. And then backtrack time. Yep. Time dilation slow. So yeah. Support Faceless Void. Really on the rise right now. What is it, Michael? Are you still here? No questions? No follow-ups? If not, I'm going to put a check mark on your request in here. And then I'm going to go on next one. So just let me know if the analysis is helpful. If you manage to win more games or play better, performance wise, impact wise. All right.